You know, when you're trying to promote your school and promote the kids and some of the things that they're accomplishing.
So it was a collective effort.
It was a collective
to make it happen.
It was a collective effort. A lot of hard work and some continued hard work.
Right.
To be honest. So, you know, we have a vision at Pike County, and that was one of the visions. And you know, we got that accomplished. So hopefully, everyone understand that we are definitely trying to make things happen.
I don't think there's no question about that. But I just wanted to mention that to you because I know you got full support from the Pike County Board of Education and your boosters and you know the city of the town of Brundage, and you know successful programs have that support from all different areas. But anyway, I know you're proud of it, and I just wanted to, you know, ask you about that. But Coach, back to the Providence Christian game. I want to say on the first play you had an interception.
We did.
Yeah, so that kind of, you know, you can look back at certain plays that set the tone, but first play.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, early in the year we our offensive lineman rushed and, you know, didn't kind of retrace our defensive lineman. I'm sorry.
Right.
And you know, teams hit us big on the screen, but you know we've since worked on it.
Right.
And you know, the kids did a great job. Once the lineman released, they retraced and they made him throw the ball high. And Markellis Hobley, one of our linebackers, picked it off. And I actually thought he scored. I didn't see him step out of bounds.
Right.
You know, if you watch the film, it looked like he's tiptoeing down the sideline.
Right.
But you know, we ended up getting the ball on the first play.
Right.
Kind of gave it up on downs, but you know, it was a great defensive effort. And you know, offensively we moved the ball. But we didn't score that series. It ended up having a couple of penalties, which is, you know, something that we still have to work on.
Right.
But overall, I thought offensively and defensively we played a good game. And special team-wise, I thought we played a good game. So we're starting to kind of, you know, just make it work.
Put it all together.
Put it all together.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I've got no score in the first quarter. I think both teams had interceptions, but your quarterback, Amar Barrow, a 55-yard touchdown pass to Cimarron Brown, I believe, and that was maybe 8 minutes to go before the half. They answer with a pass, and so you got 7-7, 3 minutes to go in the half. I want to say the next offensive play you had, Amar Barrow, 39-yard touchdown to pass to Ian Foster that gets you down close.
Right. And
then a 7-yard touchdown pass to Foster on the next play.
Correct.
So you go in at half, I guess. It was 14-7 at that point, and then about 30 seconds remaining.
They made
I guess
big
Ian
play.
Foster has an interception.
Yeah, they had a big pass. They converted on a big pass down the field, and they got down in the red zone. And later on, we got them into a fourth down situation, and Ian picked it off. And you know, if he touches the ball, man, there's a 50-50 chance he'll score. He ran it all the way back.
I think one paper said 100 yards, another one said 96.
It was about 96. When you look at the film,
that's a long way.
Yeah, when you look on the film, it was 96 yards. And I mean, I thought that was a big play with about 20, 30 seconds right before the half.
Right, sure.
Give us a 2-possession lead.
Right.
And so, you know, we came out and it was basically a defensive game after that.
Right.
You know,
that was the final score, wasn't it?
Right.
21-7. Yeah. Well, Coach. I had y'all with 345 yards of offense, 213 on the ground. You had 3 interceptions, I believe, on the night. Nemo Williams was your leading rusher, I believe, 174 yards on 19 carries. But, Coach, what grade level is he?
He's a sophomore.
Okay, but he's a punishing runner. He looks, you know, low to the ground. I mean,
yeah, he's low.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Strong.
What's he weigh?
He's right at about 220.
Yeah. That's what I thought, but and then Ian Foster had, I guess, 3 passes for 58 yards and a touchdown. So, well, Coach, what are your takeaways from that game? I mean, what did you go into your open week and kind of work on?
Well, what I took on is that we understand what we have to do, and we're executing a lot better. You know, we're still making some mistakes.
Right.
We still have to get over the hump with the penalties.
Right.
And but overall, we'll play 4 quarters. We will play 4 quarters. They've played 4 quarters all year. They won't give up. A lot of fight in them. And you know, I just like this group. You know, I like the way they're starting to come together.
Right.
So and they're friends with each other. You know,
Well, I tell you what, Coach,
friends.
now that chemistry in the locker room is important.
It is.
Yeah. Well, listen, you had an open week last week, and now you got to go to Daleville, and you got Daleville, and then you got Houston Academy, 2 region games left. So this is a big region game. In fact, when you look at your region standings, every game is critical at this point.
It's very crucial at this part of the year.
Right.
And you know, we'd like to win out.
Right.
But you know, our mindset is one game at a time. Daleville's next on the schedule.
Right.
And we're putting all our effort into Daleville. And you know, we're on the road again. It's a playoff type mentality that we have to have. You're traveling on the road. You have to win to really secure a spot. So you know, we just need to stay focused and continue to keep our eyes on the prize. That's the main thing. You know, and it's very difficult to keep young men focused.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, this group, we have some good leaders, and we have some good younger guys. So, you know, if we just keep everything in line, I think we'll be fine.
Right. Well, Coach, what can you tell us about Daleville, offensively, defensively? What can we expect?
Well, they've done a couple of things here in the past week. You know, they were more like a wing, what I call wing twins, tight end wing, 2 receivers, open set, 1 back. Earlier, they were doing a lot of that in the first game I saw. And then in the last game, and I guess against Op and some of the other people, they started to throw the ball around a little more. So came out and spread. But the quarterback likes to run the ball a lot. And he's probably the X factor, the quarterback and the running back. Those 2 guys are the X factors. They have a couple of other skill guys. They don't throw a whole lot, but they've been throwing it some.
Right.
But you know, I expect them to do what they've been doing. You know, and that depends on the set. They get in open sets. They've started running a little more, but they're passing on. And I think that's kind of not what they like to do.
Right.
But you know, they want to spread you out, throw a few passes, and then let one and the running back and the quarterback kind of just do the zone read and run the ball.
Right.
So they want to run the ball.
Yeah. But they want to get it to their playmakers, obviously, and in space if possible.
Right.
You know,
That's the kind of offset to get the run game
right.
going.
Well, what about the kicking game? Solid, I'm sure, but
It's
you think you may have an advantage in that area?
I think we may be a little bit ahead of them.
Right.
We haven't seen them do a whole lot of kicking, to be honest with you.
Right.
You know, when we work special teams, we look at those different things, and in which we meet, you know, just about every morning, look at special teams and do those type of things. But I think we may have an edge in the kicking game, but we didn't see them kick as much. But you know, they had some early losses. Then they went on a 3-game win streak, and then they dropped 2 games here lately. So, you know, it's just hard to kind of get a feel for where they are right now.
Right. Well, Coach, looking at the region standings, as we talked about earlier, y'all are 4-2 in the region. You got 2 region games left. You can finish 6-2, and depending on what everybody else does. In fact, I'm looking at your top 5 region teams, and they all have, you know, 2 games left, and there's a lot of tough games to be played yet. So obviously, you can only take care of Pike County.
That's correct.
So y'all know y'all want to win out and let the rest of it take care of itself.
Right.
But right now, if we had the playoffs today, you'd probably be the 4th seed. But you can move up depending on what happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, you have Strun and Op. They're playing.
Right.
They both have 1 loss, but
Yeah.
they are ahead because in head-to-head competition, they both beat us.
Right,
Those are the
that's
2
right.
games we lost.
Right.
So, you know, if one of those guys end up going losing another game and we win out,
Right.
then yeah, we could move up to 3rd. But I think that's about as high as we can get right now.
But obviously, you want to get in the playoffs,
Right.
and so you got to, you know,
That's
take
new
care of your
life.
business.
You know, playoffs is a
Right.
0-0 record now.
Right. That's right.
It's do or die.
Right. Well, Coach, I know you want to invite all the Bulldog fans down to Daleville, and I'm sure you'll travel well for that big region game. And I tell you what, next week, after we review the Delver game, we'll talk about your seniors, because I know, how many seniors do you have this year?
It's about 14.
Yeah. Okay.
14.
We'll highlight them next week, and listen, I just want to wish you the best of luck this week, and I think you got them on the right track, and congratulations about the Jumbotron, and I tell you what, I was looking at your schedule, and y'all are, you've only lost 2 games, but guess what? By 2 points.
Correct.
2 points stand between you and being undefeated.
Right.
So, but like I said, the main thing is to get in the playoffs, and everybody's record's even.
Right. And we just want to continue to get better each week. That's our goal. Get 1% better.
Right. Well, listen, thank you so much. We look forward to talking with you next week.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
Sometimes more is more. And with Max Checking, I enjoy more with perks, like access to my paychecks 2 days early, free overdraft protection, earning rewards everywhere I spend, and more of everything that makes life a little sweeter. You can enjoy more too with Max Credit Union.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%?
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm working underneath this truck.
Oh man, can you work on diesel trucks?
No, I can't.
Do you know that Wiley Sanders will train you to work on diesel trucks?
Really?
In a shop.
In a shop?
A shop. My man, you made it.
Yes, sir, I did.
You came to Wiley Sanders to a shop. How you like teaching this young man?
I enjoy helping these guys be successful.
So if they can work on a little truck, you can teach them how to work on a big truck.
Yes, sir, we sure can.
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line where we'll teach you how to work on a big truck.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Josh Malloy here, Mitchell Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I'm calling an all-out blitz on all of our pre-owned inventory. This month, every pre-owned vehicle will be discounted.
You can punch your old ride and choose from our great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Even if your credit's been sacked,
we'll tackle the banks to get you approved.
let our Solution Squad show you why we're Enterprise's favorite dealer. Whether it's new or pre-owned, we've got you covered at Plaza Drive Enterprise or online at MitchellChrysler.com.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana,
North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas.
We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana,
North Carolina, and South Carolina,
Ohio, and Arkansas.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Josh Malloy here, Mitchell Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I'm calling an all-out blitz on all of our pre-owned inventory. This month, every pre-owned vehicle will be discounted.
You can punch your old ride and choose from our great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Even if your credit's been sacked,
we'll tackle the banks to get you approved.
let our Solution Squad show you why we're Enterprise's favorite dealer. Whether it's new or pre-owned, we've got you covered at Plaza Drive Enterprise or online at MitchellChrysler.com. Josh Malloy here, Mitchell Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I'm calling an all-out blitz on all of our pre-owned inventory. This month, every pre-owned vehicle will be discounted.
You can punch your old ride and choose from our great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Even if your credit's been sacked,
we'll tackle the banks to get you approved.
Let our Solution Squad show you why we're Enterprise's favorite dealer. Whether it's new or pre-owned, we've got you covered at Plaza Drive Enterprise or online at Mitchell, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram.com.
We know life can be fun and exciting, but also sometimes challenging. With always being on the go, it can be tough to take care of the big little things, like getting a loan for a more reliable car. Sometimes you just need some help that works with you on your terms. And that's exactly what you get with Max Credit Union. With convenient tools like loan updates right to your phone and personal service, you can get more done in less time. And that is something to cheer about.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Josh Malloy here, Mitchell, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and I'm calling an all-out blitz on all of our pre-owned inventory. This month, every pre-owned vehicle will be discounted.
You can punch your old Ram and choose from our great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Even if your credit's been sacked.
We'll tackle the banks to get you approved.
Let our Solution Squad show you why we're Enterprise's favorite dealer. Whether it's new or pre-owned, we've got you covered at Plaza Drive Enterprise or online at Mitchell, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram.com.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Channel 2 Troy Cablevision and the Highland Home Flying Squadron Coaches Show. I'm your host, David Helms, and with me via Zoom from Highland Home is the head coach of the undefeated Flying Squadron, Coach Will Pouncey. Coach, welcome in.
Thanks, sir. Always glad to be here, Coach.
Yeah, we appreciate you joining us, Coach. And look, congratulations on the big region win last week on the road. 41-14 victory over Lafayette. That brings your record to a perfect 9-0 and 6-0 in the region. And Coach, tell us a bit about how that game went.
Well, it went really well. We actually came out of the gate, on firing on all cylinders and got the job done on offense. And of course, our defense has played well. Our defensive staff, Coach Laney, Coach Burden do a really good job with that. And of course, the kids make it happen. But our defense kind of shut them down, and our offense was executing. We actually dropped a few deep balls there at first, trying to open up the playbook, but we got it done with our offensive line and our run game, and build up a lot of momentum there. Then make some plays on special teams with some punt returns, and ended up putting the game out of reach there pretty early, and got to get some young guys in late. So I was extremely excited about that, what we were able to do, and all of these reps are valuable to these guys that are not the starters, and these guys that are developing and coming up and providing depth for us, hopefully for a playoff run.
Right. Well, it sounded like a good night all around. And Coach, what are some who scored for you? Who had big games for you on defense?
Well, of course, I mean the Falk brothers, Kelcher Falk and J.J. Falk. Everybody knows about them by now. But LaTragan Cooper, who's one of our senior corners, who's been a basketball guy, his whole career, but he's come out and tried out football, has done a really good job for us. Excellent competitor. He's actually our point guard on basketball team. He had a really good night, at the corner position. And my linebackers, Austin Norman and Austin Critton, which are both just 10th graders, they're doing a really stellar job right there in the middle of the defense. I wish they had a little more bulk to them, but they're so quick and so aggressive that they just do a really excellent job of reading the backfield and reading the guards and getting to where they need to be to make plays and make an impact on that defense. So just it's just a total unit job, as we all know. But that's just a few that come to mind off the top of my head.
Right. Well, how did your kicking game do Friday night?
Kicking game was really well. Austin Norman, his name just got on my mouth, being offensive, being the inside linebacker and our running back on offense. But he's, I think he was perfect from 6 of 7, maybe from the extra point. He's been consistent all year and what he's done, and just be able to rely on him. We get in field goal range that I know that I got 3 points in my back pocket if I need it, and that ever valuable extra point at the end of that touchdown, just know that I got that money in the bank. It's just been a confidence booster for me, and he does an excellent job with it.
Right. Well, Coach, what about, the punting game usually factors into field position. How's your punting doing?
It's doing really well. Actually, we got one of our better athletes back there, Kendarius Shepard, who's got a lot of offers around these parts. I know Troy University, Jacksonville State, South Alabama, your Southern Miss, your Georgia State. Georgia Southern's offered him as an athlete, as wide receiver or defensive back, whichever one he chooses. And, to have him back there, he's done a really good job punting the ball. But it's also, heck, we can snap it to him, and he can take off running at any point.
Right.
So it's good to have that threat back there that can also kick it. So it kind of gives us some options to do within our punt team, and he's done a really good job. And, of course, our guys up front have done a good job protecting him, getting the punts off, and also getting into punt coverage and stymie any returns. So we haven't had any really big-time punt returns this year on us. So I've been very pleased with our special teams effort from that forefront.
Right. Well, Coach, Lafayette was averaging like 23 points a game. You hold them to 14. You've talked already about how your defense played pretty well. Hey, I want to look at the region standings for a minute. Of course, you and Reeltown are undefeated in the region, 6-0, and then you got Luverne and Lynette finishing out the top four. But we've kind of looked at, we've seen this scenario coming here for a little while with you and Reeltown matching up. And, of course, that's this week, and that will be for the region championship. And I know what you're fixing to say, but I'm gonna say this. You play a long schedule, but here toward the end, with region championships on the line and playoffs in the forefront, I mean, it's an exciting time, is it not?
Oh, it is. That's what we do it for. I mean, this time of year is what we do. The whole winter weight sessions, the speed camps, and the spring training, and and out there in the 100 whatever heat in June and July and August, and this is what it's all prepared for, is for the cold weather when it comes to deep fall, almost rolling into winter. This is what makes it fun. This is, what gets your blood pumping. This is, it gets no better than this time of year where everything's kind of on the line. Yep. It's something else. Now we're playing this week for region championships against Reeltown, and Reeltown is a traditional power, as we all know, with their state championships. I think legendary coach Jackie O'Neill was there. I hope I have that name right, but
you do.
Coach Matt Johnson's done an incredible job with them. I think he's originally from Reeltown as well, so me and him both have that in common of coming back and coaching our alma maters, and just trying to put us on the map even more, and doing the best we can for the kids of our hometown.
Right. Well, Coach, Reeltown 6-1 overall. They're undefeated in the region, as y'all are as well. The only loss was to 5A Tallahassee, and I guess that was the first game of the year, which can be something said for that. But they're averaging 39 points a game, giving up 12. And I want to say y'all are averaging about 36, giving up 16. So, very even in that respect. You have 6 common opponents, but all of them were very similar scores. But what can we look for as far as weapons that they have on offense and defense?
Oh, well, they got plenty of them. They're very good up front. They got some big dudes up front, number 65 and number 50 come to mind off the film that, that they're just road graders up front, man. They like to push other bodies out of the way. They do a good job on the offensive line and the defensive line as well. In the backfield, they're kind of an old school, traditional way of running that wishbone and running that pro wide, running that power eye, and just downhill football. I mean, it's what's going to be. It's going to be an old school football game come Friday night, and that's what really gets me excited. Is it's going to be downhill football. It's going to be, what is it, the movable object against an or whatever force. So,
there you go.
That's kind of what it is. You got two teams that are undefeated in the region. So they're 6-1. We're 9-0, and it's just going to be a battle there in Clay Jordan Stadium come Friday night, and a region championship and a #1 seeds on the line. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I talk with Coach Johnson pretty regularly up here at Reeltown, and the principal up there was our principal before he left, was Cliff Maddox, who's originally from Howland Home, and he was our principal here and actually hired me at Howland Home. And so, and then the guy before him was Tommy Cochran, who's originally from Howland Home. So there's a lot of ties to this game and to the two communities. So we look forward to it. Should be a great Friday night and just the best time of year for high school football.
Definitely. Hey, Coach, that was the 3 laws of motion you were mentioning now. I don't know if you teach science or what, but I do remember some of that. But good stuff. Hey, look, y'all are ranked number 2. They're ranked number 5. I mean, it's going to be like a playoff atmosphere, a lot on the line. But so nail it down to 1 or 2 keys to 2 or 3 keys to victory.
Well, I mean, what I say every week is who's going to be more physical.
Yeah.
Who's going to be more physical? Who's going to line up in those trenches, put those hands down in the ground, and push that other guy off the ball? And it's just come down to fundamentals of who wraps up, who wraps up with their tackling and driving and doing the physical nature of football that it requires to be successful. It's me and Coach Johnson, we've schemed up, but that's all fine and dandy. But what it's going to come down to, of course, in my opinion, is who knocks who off the ball, who takes care of the ball, and who just really gets the job done. I mean, I don't think there's any fancy things that ESPN and Kirk Herbstreit or anybody can analyze. It's just who's going to bring the most physicality to the football game is what I believe is who's going to win the game. Right.
And, of course, turnovers will play a big part, I'm sure.
Well, I hope not on our end.
Right. Well, Coach, this will be your last game of the regular season. Next week you're open. So how many seniors do you have?
I have 9 total. And we're really going to miss those guys. Like I said, I'm trying to savor every day I have with them, and I hope we get to extend the season 1 week at a time, after this week, going into the playoffs. So I just want to be able to spend every day I can with these guys. I brought, our Florida State commit, Keldrick Falk into the office today. Actually, he was the last guy leaving the complex there, the field house. And I brought him in the office because he came by. He said, "Hey, Coach, what you doing?" I was like, "I just watched a little more film." And man, I said, "Come here." I said, "Do you understand it's crazy to believe this is your last regular season high school football game?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Coach," he said, "I know." He said, "It kind of hit me last night how fast it's blown by." And I said, "Exactly, Kel." And but it's going to be, like I said, an exciting time, and especially for these seniors. And I'd be remiss talking about Kel. So Coach Norvell, the Florida State head coach, is Mike Norvell. They're actually helicoptering in. They're going to come about 2 or 3 o'clock. Actually, 2 o'clock. They're going to land the helicopter on, and they will be there and spend the whole afternoon with us, the Florida State head coach and staff. And they're going to be at the game Friday night as well and stay with us throughout the afternoon. So we're really excited about that too. Out of all the places on their bye week that Coach Norvell could spend, he's going to choose to spend it in Howland Home, Alabama.
Coach, that's awesome, and that speaks a lot about your program and where you've come. How far you've come, and I know you guys will get a big kick out of that. And it's tremendous. It says a lot about you and your staff and your players. So, hey. What about the rest of your seniors? You want to mention them real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, everybody knows about Kel so far, and all the recognition he's got. But we got Kendarius Shepard, goes by KD. He's getting a lot of offers, like I said, from around here as well. There's 5 I mentioned earlier. And we also have a few other ones, guys that's kind of jumped on a little bit later, but the guy's been with us the whole time, like Rex Stewart, who's been with us since he was in 7th grade. You know, he's kind of the offensive lineman, defensive lineman for us, kind of the utility guy that has done a really good job for us in his career. Battled some injuries here and there this year, but is always able to step in when he's healthy and do a good job for us. And we got Wyatt Gerard, I know, is another one who stepped in with us this year. Has done a really good job for scout team with us. And Jalen Brown, the same way, he's been kind of the scout team guy for us. Has helped us get prepared. And you know, Troy Kelly, who's been a guy who's been with us from the 7th grade as well. He's a guy who's a wide receiver, DB for us, who's, you know, got a lot of ability. Got a lot of ability, and you know, he's able to step in and do what we need him to do. And off the top of my head here, we got Taryn Brown. Taryn Brown's the guy that I believe that's going to have a chance to play college football. He was in the North-South All-Star basketball game this past year with Keldrick as a junior, and then he come back out in football this past year, and he's just done a really, 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 really good job with us, and on the defensive line. And so we're just so excited about his future. And I've talked about Latragan Cooper earlier, who made a lot of big plays for us last week, who's been a basketball guy as well. And, of course, Tariko Harris, who's our starting running back, number 8. He's just been just an asset to us. He's been with us since the 7th grade, and you know, they just all those guys just done a tremendous job and just carry this program, you know, and represent this program in a really, really good way. And we're here where we're at today at 9-0 and going to semifinals last year and all that because of those guys, and I couldn't be more appreciative of them.
Right. That sounds great, Coach. Well, Coach, I know you want to invite everybody out. It's going to be a home game, big region game for the championship versus Reeltown. It should be an exciting night. It'll be cool, and you know, I know you're excited about the opportunity, and it'll be a tremendous atmosphere. And I'm excited for you guys and your school and the community, and of course, when you get Florida State coming in, that just adds to it. But anyway, congratulations on getting this far. We wish you a lot of luck Friday night. And even though you have an open date next week, we look forward to talking with you next week.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be here. I'll talk to y'all anytime y'all want to promote these kids and this program and this community of Highland Home. We just appreciate y'all covering us. And, you know, it's going to be a great game on Friday night. It's going to be a great atmosphere, tremendous atmosphere. You know, especially with Florida State coming. You know, that's kind of on my back burner. We're going to entertain them, but, you know, they're going to be there. They're going to see a lot of talent from small school football here in Alabama. So they might walk away a little impressed and get some other kids some opportunities down there. And, that, of course, that is that's the goal that we all have, to get these kids to the next level and to get these kids opportunities. And hopefully it's going to be a region championship win for us. But I know we got our hands full, and we can't wait for the opportunity to compete.
Right. Well, Coach, thanks so much. Good luck next week, and we'll look forward to talking with you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Take care.
Personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
Are you ready?
sometimes more is more. And with Max Checking, I enjoy more with perks, like access to my paychecks 2 days early, free overdraft protection, earning rewards everywhere I spend, and more of everything that makes life a little sweeter. You can enjoy more too with Max Credit Union.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, the place that puts God and family first. How long you been driving for Wiley Sanders?
7 years.
How long you been driving for Wiley?
6 years.
How many miles you get away?
2,500.
Wow, how many miles you get away?
2,700.
Are you in the 401k?
Yes, sir.
Matching at 4%?
Yes.
Wow, Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Are y'all happy?
Oh, very happy.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Our wide selection of pre-owned vehicles looks so good, you'll think they're new.
So take the short drive to Bill Jackson Ford in Troy, where you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Ford, Troy, Alabama.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm working underneath this truck.
Oh man, can you work on diesel trucks?
No, I can't.
Do you know that Wiley Sanders will train you to work on diesel trucks?
Really?
In a shop.
In a shop?
A shop. My man, you made it.
Yes, sir, I did.
You came to Wiley Sanders to a shop. How you like teaching this young man?
I enjoy helping these guys be successful.
So if they can work on a little truck, you can teach them how to work on a big truck.
Yes, sir, we sure can.
Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line where we'll teach you how to work on a big truck.
Where should you go to find the best deals on a vehicle? Anywhere, anytime? PremierTroy.com. Shop our huge selection. PremierTroy.com. Pick your next vehicle. Pick your payment. Yes. Shop, save, and buy. PremierTroy.com. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody.
Josh Malloy here, Mitchell Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I'm calling an all-out blitz on all of our pre-owned inventory. This month, every pre-owned vehicle will be discounted.
You can punch your old ride and choose from our great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Even if your credit's been sacked,
We'll tackle the banks to get you approved.
let our Solution Squad show you why we're Enterprise's favorite dealer. Whether it's new or pre-owned, we've got you covered at Plaza Drive Enterprise or online at MitchellChrysler.com.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line, where we put God and family first. We go to Illinois,
Indiana,
North Carolina, South Carolina,
Ohio, Arkansas. We're looking for good in-dump drivers. That's right, Wiley Sanders Truck Line. 401k, Blue Cross Blue Shield, dental plan. Hey, these wheels roll, you make money. You're not driving one of them, you're driving at the wrong place. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Fellas, where we go?
Indiana,
North Carolina, and South Carolina,
Ohio and Arkansas. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
Josh Malloy here, Mitchell Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I'm calling an all-out blitz on all of our pre-owned inventory. This month, every pre-owned vehicle will be discounted.
You can punch your old ride and choose from our great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Even if your credit's been sacked,
we'll tackle the banks to get you approved.
let our Solution Squad show you why we're Enterprise's favorite dealer. Whether it's new or pre-owned, we've got you covered at Plaza Drive Enterprise or online at MitchellChrysler.com. Josh Malloy here, Mitchell Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I'm calling an all-out blitz on all of our pre-owned inventory. This month, every pre-owned vehicle will be discounted.
You can punch your old ride and choose from our great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Even if your credit's been sacked,
we'll tackle the banks to get you approved.
let our Solution Squad show you why we're Enterprise's favorite dealer. Whether it's new or pre-owned, we've got you covered at Plaza Drive Enterprise or online at MitchellChrysler.com.
We know life can be fun and exciting, but also sometimes challenging. With always being on the go, it can be tough to take care of the big little things, like getting a loan for a more reliable car. Sometimes you just need some help that works with you on your terms. And that's exactly what you get with Max Credit Union. With convenient tools like loan updates right to your phone and personal service, you can get more done in less time. And that is something to cheer about.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC.
Josh Malloy here, Mitchell Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and I'm calling an all-out blitz on all of our pre-owned inventory. This month, every pre-owned vehicle will be discounted.
You can punch your old ride and choose from our great selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Even if your credit's been sacked,
We'll tackle the banks to get you approved.
let our Solution Squad show you why we're Enterprise's favorite dealer. Whether it's new or pre-owned, we've got you covered at Plaza Drive Enterprise or online at MitchellChryslerDodgeRam.com.
Hey, welcome back everyone to the Brantley Bulldog Coaches Show. I'm your host David Helms, and joining me via Zoom from Brantley, Alabama is the head coach of the Brantley Bulldog, Coach Roland Jones. Coach, welcome in.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
Hey, Coach, you've had a busy day. I've talked with you a couple of times, and I know you've been in Montgomery with your volleyball team.
Yes, sir. We practiced early this morning, our football team, and all our guys went up and supported the girls, and we played in the regionals, and they won. Well, they advanced to the state, which will be next week. I'm just arriving at home, been up there all day, and it was a great win for our girls program, and we was proud.
Well, I appreciate you joining us, Coach, after that long day, but you know what? I mean, I applaud you for that now, because Friday night, you get everybody come supporting you, and then for y'all to do that, that's big. That's small town, yeah.
Our guys, they want to support the girls too, because they support us in everything we do. So, most of the team was there. Not all of them could make the trip. Most of us have been up there at about 12 o'clock supporting the girls. And, it's just a family of friends, and it's great for all girls and boys to support everybody.
Yeah, I applaud y'all for doing that, Coach. That's huge. I know they appreciated it too. Hey, Coach, let's talk about your win last week, a big home region win over Pleasant Home. It was your last home game. I think you said it might have been senior night.
It was.
Yeah.
It was senior night for our guys, and I love a lot of the seniors that some of them that don't get the start, and I told them, I said, this will be the last season game you'll play on this field. So make the best of it. So they went out and had a lot of fire, and we came out pretty fast, scored several touchdowns, and I think it was 41 to half. And then second half, we played a lot of younger guys and ran the clock and shortened the game. But I was proud the seniors went out their last regular season game on top, and we fixed to start our second season. We got 2 region games, very important playoffs. So it's going to be tough from here on out.
Right, and Coach, next week, if you want to, we'll talk about each one of your seniors and maybe what positions they play and the contributions they've made over so many years. How many years they've been playing, but a lot of them that played that last game. They probably played a lot of games in Brantley over the years.
Yes, sir, they have. This senior class has been on 3 football teams, so that's 14 games a year, and several of them started and played since the 10th grade, and that's a lot of football games. They played in 4 years. They probably played close to 50-something games already, so. Or close to it. I mean, that's just amazing, and it's good for our school.
Right. Well, Coach, I had a few stats from Friday night versus Pleasant Home. I'll just share those right quick with our fans. I have Jaden Parks, 140 yards maybe passing and 3 touchdowns. I hope that's right. Robert Shine had 110 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Keldrick Brown, 4 rushes, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And I want to say, did he have a kick return for a touchdown?
He did. He had a kick return for a touchdown also.
Okay, and then John Bush had 3 catches for 90 yards. That was just some stats I saw. And I know you're the kind of coach, it's a team effort, so I have to throw those out there. Anyway, but your offensive line and must have played well.
They are. I mean, they've got better and better each and every week, and our guys, they know that our offensive line is key to our success. So they just got to keep working every day to get better and better, and they never get their name in the paper. But the backs and receivers and quarterback, they know we can't do it without them. it's like you said. I'm not big on stats. I'm big on getting better each and every week, and a lot of the stats are going to be from young guys. After the first half, we had several guys that stepped in and got to play, and but it's total team effort. If we play together, no matter who does what, if we all play together, we can achieve our goals again.
Right. Well, was there any particular, other than the fundamentals, did you work on any particular thing this week? Not for Red Level, but just for Brantley?
No, I mean not really, Mr. David. We was very vanilla. We didn't do a whole lot. We probably ran the ball more. Jaden didn't throw it, but I think 8 times, and we was working some of our running game stuff, but we didn't really do anything different from what we do to try to get better. Right.
Well, Coach, let's talk about this week. You got 2 region games to finish out the season. This week, Red Level, they come in, and that's on the road. They're 4-3 in the region, and I guess if they could pull off an upset over y'all, I mean they're still in the playoff hunt, right?
No doubt. They got a chance to make it to the playoffs, and they beat Georgia last week. They much improved. They get better each and every week, and going on the road is always tough. Just because you're not at your place and get dressed at your place, and you never know where you get dressed or what you're gonna have to do. So it's all tough going on the road, but it's a big region game for us, and it's our next game. So we just got to go out and take care of this.
Right. Well, Coach, do they like to run it, throw it, some of both? Do they have a couple of special players?
They run Fred. Got a very good quarterback, but they run him a lot at the quarterback position, and they don't throw all that much. So we're gonna have to control the line of scrimmage and make them try to do something that they don't want to do. So we're gonna try to stop the run and make them throw the ball.
Right. Well, I was gonna ask you for some keys to victory, but I think you just told me.
Yes, sir. That's our plan going in. We want to make the quarterback have to throw it. So, we're going to do things to shut down the run so he will have to throw.
Right. Well, Coach, is your kicking game going well for you as far as, extra points, kickoff, your punting game, all that? I know you're working on it every day, but is it going to suit you?
Yeah, Cooper been filling in for us on extra points because Jaden Parks hurt his ankle against Tyler Holmes 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I just don't want him kicking yet. I think his ankle as well. It's probably 98%, but it was his kicking leg. So he kicked a few weeks in practice, and but not many. We'll probably hold out on the kicking and start working him more back week. But Cooper Layton's done a great job stepping in for Jaden on that.
Right. Well, Coach, the high school games I see. I know, people, the successful coaches, obviously the kicking game is extremely important to them and they work on it, such as yourself. But the punting game, I don't see a lot of teams I see, it's so important to field position. But I just see, the punting game sometimes just doesn't look like it's where it ought to be in some areas. How does yours do?
Well, it's funny you asked that. We take pride in our punt return. We expect to carry everyone up, run it back for a touchdown, and we work on it. We work on every team we play, their alignment, who release, how fast the ball is snapped. We time it, and whether we need to pop the punt, where we need to run up returns, and the guys make a joke about it because we work on it so much on punt return, and they don't understand, but we take pride in that. We take pride in getting the ball and good for the position, and that's the difference in the ball is the special thing.
No doubt, yes, sir. Well, Coach, I'm looking at your region standings, and we just mentioned every game is critical, obviously, from here on out. You got 2 region games left, and as you said, Red Level has a chance still to be. They are in the playoff hunt, so. You got a hungry team. I would imagine you're going to play on the road. So, But anyway, we wish you a lot of luck Friday night. I know you'll have a good travel base that'll go down to Red Level, and you just wish you a lot of luck. And before I hang up from you, I think I've already asked you this, but how did your JV team finish up?
We finished up 1-3 in JV. We played 7 games. They had a great season only had 15 kids out there. They got better each and every week, and that's what we're trying to accomplish at that level, is to get better. And I think they got better, and some of those guys will move up to varsity next year and get some play time. And that's that pro for.
Right. Well, Coach, we appreciate your time, and I applaud you for taking your team up and supporting those girls today. That's just an awesome thing to do, and I know they appreciated it. But listen, good luck Friday night against Red Level, and we look forward to talking with you next week.
Thank you, Mr. David. I appreciate it, and go Bulldogs.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business